Welcome to 240's very own quiz show that asks, are you smarter than the certification test? Come on down for today's episode where we'll test your knowledge of the TExES EC-6 Fine Arts, Health, and PE exam. Joining me as always is our lovely co-host. What's that? We don't have the budget for a lovely co-host? You didn't give me a co-host or a real microphone. Anyway, we want to do this show to help you prep for your TExES EC-6 exam. We've got a slate of practice questions to test your knowledge. Try your best and play along. Are you ready for your first question? We'll start with fine arts. Prior to asking a class of fourth graders to paint a picture of the sky, the teacher shows them a model and discusses how the intensity of color changes within the painting, with colors near the sun being brighter than colors further away. The teacher is using this activity to introduce which of the following elements of art: value, form, texture, or space. Do you know it already? Try to play along with me as I work through it. Now, I have to admit, my first thought was choice D, space. But when I click on that as I'm working through my study guide, I see that it's not the best choice. The best part is, the answer feedback also helps me see why space is not correct. The answer is actually value, which is the amount of lightness or darkness a color has. Let's double up with one from the music competency. Remember, a lot of different concepts will be covered here. What is the importance of learning solfège according to the Kodaly concept? The correct answer is that it helps students understand how notes relate to one another. Feel like you need to know more about that? It's all covered in the 240 study guide. Okay, let's move on to a question about the theater. Mrs. Mackenzie wants her students to understand that theater has had an impact throughout history and on many different cultures through the telling of stories. Which of the following activities would best promote this concept among students? Having each student research a notable story to find the culture and significance of the story, then have the student read aloud the story and their research findings is the best choice. The students would better understand how various stories originate in different cultures and how the culture is reflected within the story. All right, now get your buzzer ready for a question about health. Children are more susceptible to asthma than adults because, well, although physical activity might bring on an asthma attack, increased physical activity does not result in development of asthma, so this is not our answer. Increased time outside also does not result in the development of asthma, so we can eliminate this one. People do not develop immunity to asthma, so this is not the one we want either. The bronchial tubes, or passageways that allow air to enter and leave the lungs, in infants and toddlers are small and narrow, making this our correct answer. We would get sued if we said Final Jeopardy, right? Okay, make your wagers for your final question. This will be from PE. Which of the following activities would best help develop the movement concept of spatial awareness? Spatial awareness is an awareness of oneself and other objects in space. Spatial awareness also includes understanding the relationships of objects when there's a change in position. Children would use these skills to accurately throw balls into buckets at varying distances. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, I hope you've enjoyed practicing for the TExES EC-6 with me today. Click the link in the description to take the full Fine Arts Diagnostic Test. Were you smarter than the certification test? Check out 240tutoring.com to make sure the answer to that question is always yes.